Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to focus on estimation, rounding numbers to the nearest thousand. So the number I have here is 13,875. So the two closest numbers to 13,875, if we're looking at thousands, this number is in between 12,000 and 14,000. Oh, my mistake. This number is between 13,000 and 14,000. 13,000 and 14,000. So those are our two options here. Now, to determine whether we need to round up or round down, we have to look at the digit in the hundreds place. If the digit in the hundreds place is 5 or more, we round up. If it is 4 or less, we regress, we round down. So looking at 13,875, the digit in the hundreds place is an 8. 8 is more than 5. So that means that for this problem, we would round up. So 13,875 would round up to 14,000. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. I'm going to do one more before we call it a video. All right, so we have 7,361 here. We have to round to the nearest thousand. So 7,361, it is either closer to 7,000 or 8,000. It's in between those two numbers. So again, we are looking at the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is a 3. So 5 or more we round up, 3 or less we round down. So we would round down to 7,000. 7,361 would round down to 7,000 if we were rounding it to the nearest thousand. I'm going to do a couple more examples. So 9,267. So 9,267 is in between 9,000 and 10,000. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. So now I'm looking at the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is a 2. So 4 or less, we regress. So if we were rounding 9,267 to the nearest thousand, we would round down. So 9,267 would round down to 9,000. All right, next example. All right, 12,897. So 12,897 falls in between 12,000 and 13,000. So again, we check the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is 8. 5 or more, we round up. So 12,897, if we were rounding that to the nearest thousand, that would round up to 13,000. All right, next example. I think for the next example, I'm going to have the people tuning in participate. I'm going to ask them to put their answer in the chat. $15,447. So 15,447 is in between 15,000 and 16,000. So now for this one, I'm going to let the chat tell me. Put a 2 in the chat if we round up to 16,000. Put a 1 in the chat if we round down to 15,000. Two in the chat if we're rounding up to 16,000. 1 in the chat if we're rounding down to 15,000. At the 6-minute 45-second mark, I'm gonna answer if I don't see an answer in the chat. So again, in the chat, this is your chance to participate. 2 if you're rounding up, 1 if you're rounding down. All right, now I'm gonna give you all a hint. So when we determine whether we're rounding up or down, we look in the hundreds place. We look in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is a 4. The rule is 5 or more. We round up. 4 or less, we round down. 4 is less than 5, so because the digit in the hundreds place is a 4, we would round down. So 15,447 would round down to 15,000. All right, 17,823. So 17,823 would be in between 17,000 and 18,000. So again, put a 2 in the chat if we have to round up. Put a 1 in the chat if we need to round down. Again, the goal for this video is to round to the nearest thousand. So again, 2 in the chat if we're rounding up, 1 in the chat if we're rounding down. Goal is to round to the nearest thousand. I'm going to respond on the video around the 8-minute 50-second mark. But again, in the chat if you're watching this video, put a 2 in the chat if you think we round up to 18,000. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we round down to 17,000. All right. I'm going to matter what to do next. All right, so we look in the hundreds place. Digit in the hundreds place is an 8. So again, the rule is 5 or more, we round up. 4 or less, we round down. So since the digit in the hundreds place is more than 5, we would round up. 17,823 to the nearest thousand would be 18,000. That is my video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the video, and if there's an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments, and I will do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri, signing off. Have a great rest of the day, everybody.